Hello. In the long run, say 15 to 30 years, it appears that significant portions of our population will no longer have a livelihood-sustaining function in our economy because they're objectively worse at tasks than computers. Since you clearly believe in a smaller, limited government, do you believe that we should improve access to the pill, condoms, and non-abstinence-based health education to ensure that unwanted children do not result from vaginal sex? Specifically, that which is intended purely for the sake of pleasure, not reproduction? If so, what policies would you advocate for, or is my whole premise wrong?
This is very specific. Okay, so yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for composing your thoughts. So my view of sex education is that that's something that ought to be done by the parents, not government. That's my view of it. And abstinence education doesn't work, and neither does non-abstinence education. Like, they are both virtually useless. If you look at the statistics, the reality is that the pregnancy rates and the STD rates, whether you're in an abstinence-only situation or a non-abstinence-only situation in the educational level, across the country, when you average it all out, it's almost the same. It's pretty much the same. My feeling is, obviously I'm not pro-abortion for the sake of the economy, because I don't think that you get to murder all the old people just because they're an economic draw either. Murder is not justified by economic necessity. I'm not that much of a John Stuart Mill utilitarian. But beyond that, the idea of, the answer to your question would be, if you take away government subsidies for people not being productive in the economy, they will be forced to be productive in the economy. I mean, this is why I think capitalism is a moral system and socialism is deeply immoral. Socialism is the proposition that I'm breathing and you owe me crap. And capitalism is the proposition that unless I give you something voluntarily and you take it from me voluntarily, I won't eat tonight. Right? That's the proposition of capitalism. So, I don't think that we're at risk of starvation because of overpopulation. I think we're at risk of stupid kids, and the answer is better local education, better parenting, and better behavior.
I guess my only concern with that is based off of, I obviously we've agreed that people who have two parents have better outcomes, right, and are less likely to engage in the situation because they might have that principled background that you and I are both fortunate to have, and other people might not have. So the thing that concerns me about the answer that you should leave it up to the parents is the premise already is that there isn't that parent figure there with that, or if they don't have that education because they can get it.
Right, so I can't, and the government is not capable of being anybody's parent. They're just not capable of it. We've tried it for 40 years, and that's why you've seen the rate of single motherhood in the white community skyrocket from 5% to 40%, and the rate of single motherhood in the black community skyrocket from 20 to 70 since 1960. That's what happens when you tell the government they get to be daddy. Right? The government is not capable of being daddy. Your school teachers are not capable of teaching your kids about morality. You need to be a better parent. And presenting people with the falsehood that there's going to be someone who comes in and fills that gap is just not true. And by the way, taxing me more to pay for a teacher to pay for that, here's my view. If you want me to pay for your kid, I'll adopt your kid. Okay? If you want me to pay for your kid, then I get to bring up the kid the way that I want. Right? You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. You don't get to take my money and then bring up your kid badly. You don't get both. So that's my general view.
Maybe we should give you tax credits to raise my children.